Senate is about Nigeria and Nigerians.
Should the building collapse within a certain number of years, you are liable not only to withdraw your license, you are liable to prosecution.
Senate condemns high incidences of building collapse in the country, demands legal action against defaulting constructors.
The Senate will not relent in giving Nigerians impactful legislations in ensuring access to education for all across the country.
And Senate reiterates commitment to making impactful legislations to education. Hello and welcome to Inside the Senate, a program that brings you activities from the Red Chamber of the National Assembly. I am Hadiza Bayero Aliyu, your anchor. Lined up on this episode of the program are reports on bills and motions considered during plenary and committee activities, all from last week. These will include a motion to address frequent building collapse nationwide and another reporting a natural disaster while calling for prompt relief. Do stay tuned for details of these and more as the program unfolds.
Promote the unity, happiness, and prosperity of Nigeria.
The Defense Industries Corporation of Nigeria Act, Repeal and Reenactment Bill 2023.
And this act should be supported by all.
There are issues that we must use this opportunity to critically address.
We accord this motion the urgency and the necessity it requires.
I rise the second motion.
The ayes have it.
Thanks for staying tuned. On Wednesday, 17th July 2024, Senator Dickett Satso Plank from Plateau Central Senatorial District moved a motion under matters of urgent public importance to draw the attention of the Senate to the tragic collapse of the Saint Academy School building in Jos, the Plateau State capital, on Friday, 12th July 2024. The motion was co-sponsored by Senator Simon Lalong from Plateau South and Senator Pam Dachungyang from Plateau North.
It was a depressing sight seeing as healthy and agile children who left home to write their examinations in the said school were unfortunately returned to their parents as dead bodies. Senate notes further that this ugly incident of building collapse had been a recurrent decimal in Nigeria as a result of poor workmanship, substandard building materials, and constructional standards, leading to wanton destruction of precious lives and various properties worth hundreds of millions of naira.
Lawmakers contributed to the motion.
This probe set up by the governor should be thorough and professional, and anybody, no matter how highly placed in that society or community, found to be negligent to the cause of these kids, I think should not be spared.
20-something children cut down at their prime because somebody refused to do his work. I would want us to pay more attention to dealing with people who do not do their work, because this is the only way you can prevent these things from happening. The professional bodies should actually be put on notice. Council for the Regulation of Engineering, Council for all these built environment professions. They cannot be there, and Nigeria will continue to be embarrassed that a simple building is built, it collapses, it kills people, and those people still retain their licenses. We cannot allow that to happen.
Before now, we used to see how serious the regulatory bodies in the states were doing to make sure that everyone that embarks on building any property is properly oversighted. From the stage of putting together the plan, we could see then that the agency responsible will always make sure that the plans were properly done, and they visit these sites on daily basis to make sure that the right thing was done. But now, I think the oversight operations are no longer the way they used to be.
Even here in Abuja, you see buildings and you wonder if they were done by competent structural engineers. Structures is extremely important. And I think we have made those laws in a way that everybody cannot wake up and set up a civil engineering company and begin to bid for contracts that is neither equipped to deal with, neither by reasons of competence or appropriate skilled engineering, structural engineering staff to deal with the issue of stability of the structure. But what we can do as a national parliament that regulate the various institutions is to see what we can do to tinker with the law such that if you design a building and you are obliged to supervise the construction, should the building collapse within a certain number of years, you are liable not only to withdraw your license, you are liable to prosecution.
Some prayers of the motion were, among others, to urge the federal government and all relevant government agencies to immediately put necessary structures and apparatus in place to halt construction failures and bring to book all those violating laid down procedures for construction activities. Also urge the Plateau State government to investigate the sad incident and bring to book anyone connected with putting up the shabby structure at Saint Academy School, Busa Buji, that collapsed and killed those innocent children in the Plateau North Senatorial District. Urge the building control agencies at state and local government levels to shun corruption and be very professional in the execution of their duties. Urge the federal and state governments to embark on inspection of school structures to ensure quality control against disasters and observe a minute silence in honor of those who lost their lives in this ill-fated incident. The motion was voted on and adopted as amended, and a minute silence accordingly observed in honor of the victims.
In the building collapse at St. Academy School, Bosabuji, in Just North local government area of Plateau State, rest in perfect peace.
The Senate.
In another motion on Wednesday, 17th July 2024, Senator Mustafa Kabir, representing Jigawa Southwest, raised the urgent need to provide palliative support to Laya Town, Gorom local government area of Jigawa State. According to the lawmaker, the people of Laya and Fagam communities of Gorom local government area of Jigawa State experienced a devastating windstorm on Thursday, May 16, 2024.
Further notes that the windstorm, accompanied by heavy rainfall, caused widespread destruction of lives, injuries, houses, farmlands, and schools in the community.
Prayers for the motion were to direct the Federal Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs and the National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA, to send relief materials, especially building materials, to enable the people of Laya Town rebuild their homes and alleviate their pain in view of the impending rainy season, and mandates the Senate Committees on Environment and Compliance to ensure compliance and report back within 4 weeks. The motion was voted on and adopted even as the Senate President, Godswill Akpabio, commented on the motion.
So we sympathize with them. Our hearts are with them, particularly those who probably lost their loved ones and lost their habitats, lost their farmlands and all that. The Senate must protect the people of Laya Town and all Nigerians. That's what we are here for.
We'll take a short break here to open the Senate notebook. When we return, more reports from proceedings in the Senate chamber. Keep watching.
The Senate Minority Whip is a senior member of the minority parties in the Senate. He or she is responsible for ensuring party discipline and communication. Duties include rallying votes for party positions, coordinating strategy with the minority leader, and encouraging attendance for crucial votes. The Whip's role is pivotal in maintaining cohesion and strategy within the minority party, often involving negotiations and persuasion among senators. To support party policies and initiatives.
The Senate on Wednesday, 17th July 2024, during plenary, stripped Senator Alindume, representing Borno South Senatorial District, of his role as the Chief Whip of the Senate and replaced him with his counterpart from Borno North, Senator Mohammed Tahir Mongono. Senator Ndume's removal as the Chief Whip of the 10th Senate was sequel to a request made to that effect by the National Working Committee of the All Progressives Congress, APC. Letter to the Senate, co-signed by the National Chairman, Abdullahi Ganduje, and the National Secretary, Senator Ajibola Basiru, and read by the Senate President, Godswill Akpabio. The party described Senator Ndume as a mole in the party and argued that the position meant for its members had been seriously misused by Ndume through unguarded utterances against the federal government, particularly targeting President Bola Ahmed Tinubu.
Some coots and rabid outbursts against the governments before the international community and before the global community is not only harmful to the government's image alone, but also undermines the party's unity and cohesion. And in addition, undermines the government's efforts to bring in foreign direct investment to Nigeria.
The letter further described Senator Ndume as one who is bent on running the country down and running the party aground through incitement and propaganda.
We have the view that Senator Ali Ndume should honorably resign his membership of the APC and join any opposition party of his choice formally, instead of hiding behind the veil of grass activism to decimate the hard-earned cohesion and goodwill that our party, the APC, is enjoying within and outside the country.
The APC National Working Committee, through the letter, forwarded the name of distinguished Senator Mohammed Tahir Mongono as a replacement for distinguished Senator Ali Ndume as the majority whip of the Senate. APC senators in the chamber showed their support for the decision by the National Working Committee through a voice vote, after which Senator Mohammed Tahir Mongono was ushered to his new seat by the Sergeant-at-Arms and accompanied by senators of the APC.
No, I have to be sure. 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 Senior Advocate of Nigeria now becomes the Senate Chairman.
On other appointments, Senator representing Ondo Central, Adeni Adebomire, was named the new chair of Judiciary and Legal Matters to replace Senator Mongono, while Senator Ali Ndume was appointed chairman of the Senate Committee on Tourism. Moving on to consideration of bills, several were presented for first reading, amongst which are Nigeria Port Economy Regulatory Agency Establishment Bill 2024, sponsored by Senator Bamidele Michael Okpeyemi, Orthopedic Hospitals Management Board Act Amendment Bill 2024, sponsored by Senator Nwoko Ned Munir, Local Government Independent Electoral Commission Establishment Bill 2024, sponsored by Senator Musa Muhammad Sani, and Federal Polytechnic Acts Amendment Bill 2024, sponsored by Senator Tambuwal Waziri Aminu. On Tuesday, 16th July 2024, all items on the other paper were stepped down and plenary suspended until the next legislative day to mourn a late member of the House of Representatives, Honorable Abubakar Ekene Adams, who represented Chukun Kajuru Federal Constituency of Kaduna State. The late member died on Tuesday, 16th July 2024 at the age of 39 after a protracted illness. May his gentle soul rest in peace.
You're still watching Inside the Senate, a program that brings you reports on activities of your senators in the Red Chamber of the National Assembly. On Tuesday, 16th July 2024, the Senate Committee on Tertiary Education and Tech Fund organized a one-day public hearing on 5 bills seeking to repeal and establish tertiary institutions. The bills are Federal University, Birnin Kebbi State Establishment Bill 2024, Nigerian Institute of Mining and Geosciences Repeal and Enactment Bill 2024, Federal College of Aviation Technology, Ilara Remo, Ogun State Establishment Bill 2024, Federal University of Applied Sciences, Manchok, Kaduna State Establishment Bill 2024, Federal University of Technology, Ilaro, Ogun State Establishment Bill 2024. The event, which took place at the National Assembly Complex in Abuja, had in attendance the Senate President, Senator Godswill Obot Akpabio, represented by Senator Olugbenga Daniel, other senators, traditional rulers, among other stakeholders. In his welcome address, Senate President Godswill Akpabio stated that it is a global best practice for authorities to continually assess available opportunities for citizens in locations and seek ways of remedying them through appropriate government actions.
I am confident that greater input is expected from you as Nigerians, most especially stakeholders in the education sector and representatives of the host communities who are in a better position to air their views on the need to establish these schools, as well as the benefit derived from the institutions. On its part, the Senate will not relent in giving Nigerians impactful legislations in ensuring access to education for all across the country.
Furthermore, the Senate President assured Nigerians that the Senate Committee on Tertiary Institutions and Tech Fund will consider the memoranda sent in by organizations and associations to serve as basis for the actualization of the various institutions. Chairman of the committee, Senator Muntari Danduze, noted that the agenda of the 10th Senate is focused on advancing education, technology, and industry in Nigeria through the establishment and reformation of key educational institutions.
I urge all stakeholders, including education experts, industry leaders, community representatives, and concerned citizens to actively participate and share their insight. Your contribution are invaluable to ensure that this legislation meets the need and aspiration of our people.
Some sponsors of the bills also made presentations.
Our urgent need to establish the Federal University of Applied Sciences, Manchok, is underscored by the stark reality that despite the significant population of my senatorial district, the opportunities for tertiary education are severely limited. Many of our ambitious students are forced to seek tertiary education outside the state.
We are not. And looking at the discrepancies currently going on between the award of degrees between HND and the university degree, you would know that it's quite worrisome. Where you would be describing that an HND holder is not on the same level with a BSc holder.
Establishing the Federal University of Mining and Geosciences, JOS, will enable Nigeria build the domestic human capacity, knowledge and skills required for the development of the mining sector.
Stakeholders present at the hearing presented their arguments for the bills under consideration.
If we say today that that location on the map of Nigeria has no federal presence in terms of university, I want to be careful to say that it's a big omission, and I'm happy with this 10th Assembly for receiving our bill.
We have very good collaboration with Takoradi Technical University in Ghana. We've been doing a lot of collaborative work in a way to propel engineering resource of the Polytechnic. So if the bill is finally approved, it simply means that the senatorial districts will have the only federal university in that Ogun West.
Not only will we support this bill, but to also support that this bill should make a pronouncement as to the location of this proposed university, and I dare say that there is no better place to put it than the home of mining in Nigeria, the home of peace and tourism.
The committee has promised to work on the various bills, taking stakeholder submissions into consideration. That sums up our reports on activities from the Senate wing of the National Assembly for last week. Our profile segment is next as we present our Senator of the Week. Please stay tuned.
Senator Reverend Amos Kumar Yohana is the current senator representing Adamawa North in the 10th Senate. He was born on 4th June 1961 at Mubi North local government area of Adamawa State. He had his primary education at Yelwa Primary School, Mubi, Adamawa State from 1969 to 1975. He later attended the Lutheran Church of Christ in Nigeria, LCCN, Bible College, Ganye, Adamawa State between 1982 and 1985, where he obtained a General Certificate of Education, GCE. In 1988, Senator Amos Kumar Yohana further proceeded to the Theological College of Northern Nigeria, an institution affiliated with the prestigious University of Jos, where he obtained a diploma certificate in theology. Between 1994 and 1997, he again bagged Bachelor of Divinity degree from the Makumia University College, Tanzania. In the year 2000, he further enrolled for a master's degree in theology at the Theological College of Northern Nigeria, Jos Plateau State, and graduated in 2002 with specialization in pastoral theology. In 2009, Senator Yohana also obtained a professional diploma certificate in education from the Ahmadu Bello University's Institute of Education. After his educational pursuit, Senator Reverend Amos Kumai became the pastor of the Church of the Brethren in Nigeria, Vimtim, Adamawa State, from 1985 to 1987. He also served as lecturer at Kolb Bible College, Mubi, Adamawa State, from 1991 to 1994, as well as pastor of the Church of the Brethren in Nigeria, Bonuklanga, Yola, Adamawa State, from 1998 to 2000. Delving into bureaucracy and governance, Senator Yohana served as Executive Secretary of the Christian Pilgrims Welfare Board, Adamawa State, from 2002 to 2007. At the end of his tenure at the Christian Pilgrims Welfare Board, he was appointed the chaplain, Adamawa State Government House, by the Executive Governor of Adamawa State in 2007, and he served in that capacity up until 2010. Same year, he was appointed the Northeast Zonal Coordinator of the Nigeria Christian Pilgrims Commission, NCPC, a position he held until 2013, when he was appointed the Head of Administration of the Nigerian Christian Pilgrims Commission, NCPC Headquarters, Abuja, where he served until 2016. In the same 2016, he was reappointed and transferred to Yola as the Zonal Coordinator of the Northeast Zone and got transferred back as the Director of Operations, a position he held until his retirement from the services of the Nigeria Christian Pilgrims Commission on 4th June 2021. He then ventured into partisan politics and contested for Senator of Adamawa North Senatorial District under the platform of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, but the APC candidate, Senator Elisha Abo, was declared the winner. On 16th of October 2023, the appeal court sacked the APC candidate and presented Senator Amos Kumar Yohana with the certificate of return as the senator representing Adamawa North Senatorial District in the 10th Senate under the PDP. His legislative interests lie in the areas of education, community development, and empowerment.
And that concludes this episode of Inside the Senate. You can catch up on past episodes by following us on our social media platforms showing on your screen. You can also send in comments and observations to our feedback pages also showing on your screen. Until we meet again with another edition of the program, enjoy the rest of your day.